Hey guys, welcome back to the True Talk podcast. I know it's been a while. I'm joined again with D.
Hey everybody, I hope you guys are having a great day.
The first thing I wanted to talk about was actually ASAP Rocky and Rihanna's relationship and the pregnancy. I normally wouldn't cover any of this, but I actually found the whole entire situation suspicious, as in the timing that they announced their pregnancy. See, I remember I did a video on Scientology not too long ago, and in the video on Scientology, I specifically spoke about a ritual, and it was an incarnation ritual, which meant that it would allow basically those who perform the ritual to give birth to a vessel that would be then possessed by the goddess of Babylon, and it was actually a spell that was created by Aleister Crowley. He claims it was given to him when he was hallucinating, and one of the old gods spoke to him and told him that he would bring in the new order of the ages and to write this book. In that book, these are one of the spells. Aleister Crowley himself tried to do this ritual. And then also, when you look into L. Ron Hubbard, who was the creator of the Church of Scientology, he actually performed that ritual with a friend of Crowley's. They claim that it worked, even though they didn't have a child. The ritual takes place around January to March. And like I said, it's an incarnation ritual. So basically, they would need a child. They would need a vessel. So I found it strange that ASAP Rocky and Rihanna at first were denying any pregnancy rumors before it even hit January. But the moment January came along, they openly admitted that they were having this child. We've seen several times. ASAP Rocky, in my opinion, is 100% a Satanist. He's definitely an occultist. We saw him with Michelle Lamy. I also did a video on her, the secret handler of the music industry. Rihanna, I also did a video on her, and we already know what, Rihanna's down with Jay-Z. She's a billionaire. She's been pushing the agenda for years now, and I've already done a whole video. So when we put all this together, Rihanna, who I feel for 100% has shown us through her music videos and her music is a Satanist. ASAP Rocky, who literally has a music video of him performing a satanic ritual, and then they have this pregnancy going on during the same time when this ritual could be allowed. This ritual to allow a vessel to be possessed by a goddess, which I believe is just a fallen angel. D, what's your opinion on this? What do you think?
After seeing your video on Scientology, that was the first time that I heard that was even possible. So it just makes me wonder, maybe if we were to go back, we have celebrities like Beyonce, Jay-Z, etc. Maybe if we go back, we can connect it even further more, but we would just have to figure out by the time they ended up conceiving. But it would make sense. It would definitely make sense. They want to keep themselves in power, and then they have to do certain things to make sure that they stay where they are. So none of it's far-fetched, especially with Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. You've done videos on both of them, all the symbolism that they use and all the people, that they do surround themselves with. It's not far-fetched that themselves would do something to keep themselves in the light.
To me, it seems clear because, like I said, ASAP Rocky, in my opinion, into the occult, into Satanism. I believe he is a follower of Aleister Crowley because I remember when I was looking through his videos, one of the members of the crew was wearing an Aleister Crowley shirt. They know what they're messing with. It's not like ASAP Rocky just put all this on for fun. He did that because he knew what he was working with. That's why he's reached the level of success that he's reached in the industry. Even to this day, when he hasn't really had a music career for a good amount of the time that he's been famous, he still manages to be on top of the world. It looks like another power play with ASAP Rocky and Rihanna. Not comparing ASAP Rocky's success to Jay-Z's success, but I am stating that there's obviously an occult reason for this. Everything that's done in the industry is done for a reason, including this. Sometimes it's marketing, but I believe with stars the level of ASAP Rocky and Rihanna, there's a possibility they're doing this black magic ritual. Both of them have already shown us in previous occasions that they're into this black magic. They show us through their music video their ties and what they're willing to do to meet success in the industry. Now, we also have to consider the timing. Why would they announce it now? They didn't have any purpose of announcing it. It's not like she's really doing anything public right now. She doesn't have any music coming out. She's been low-key for the last 2-3 years now. I feel like this was done for a reason. Well, let's move on. Let's talk about the next topic. The next thing I want to talk about was actually Trey Songz allegations. I've been seeing for a while now. I remember the first time I heard anything against Trey Songz. The actress Keke Palmer, if I'm not mistaken, she was invited to a party that he was hosting, and she claims that Trey Songz was coming on her too strong and he wouldn't take no for an answer, and he kept trying to get her to do things that she didn't want to do. I don't know if she went further or pressed any charges against him or anything, but that was the first time that I heard that. At those times, I found it kind of surprising because if we think about it, Trey Songz is a superstar. The women love him. He's an R&B artist. That's like his whole field. He makes music for women. He does all this for women. So it was kind of surprising. But then you hear more accusations and you hear more accusations. It's starting to seem true. And this is nothing new because we saw with Robert. Robert got arrested for doing basically the same thing. It's becoming like a trend within the industry. D, would you have ever expected this with Trey Songz?
No, I would have never thought that Trey Songz would have been accused of this. You know, women throw themselves at him. Like you said, he is an R&B singer, so all of his music's about love. You know, his concerts, he always have women up there, etc. I would have never thought that he would have been in this position. I don't even think that he thought that he would end up in this position. I'm pretty sure that he is so used to having women throw themselves at him that even when he goes up to a woman and implies that he wants to do something, I'm pretty sure he's not told no often. I am not sure because I was not there. She probably told him no. The other women probably told him no. Him being the artist and the celebrity that he is, his ego probably got destroyed, which probably made him rage, which could have ended up having any of these things happen. With as crazy as it is, like, I'm no one to say that it happened or that it didn't happen, but then again, he's being accused of these things and it's not the first time that he's been accused of this.
I think is the industry itself. There's so much evil within the industry. We saw it with Robert. We're even seeing people accusing Snoop Dogg of this. This is like something that's becoming normal. A lot of these women didn't speak up back then, and it's understandable because back then, this was more of a man's world, meaning that these women would speak out and their careers would get destroyed or they would be called liars and stuff like that. So it's understandable why a lot of women would keep these things to themselves because they didn't want they didn't want to lose their career. They didn't want to lose whatever they had at the moment that would be at risk. I think Trey Songz has probably done this to more than the women that we're hearing about. I feel like Trey Songz is a person that is taking advantage of his position, just like we saw Robert Kelly do, just like we've seen a lot of these artists and celebrities do. They feel like they're gods. They feel like they deserve whatever they want. They can take whatever they desire. They don't have to ask. Everything belongs to them. And they're used to being, like you said, they're used to hearing yes, not no. Trey Songz, as much as a artist that he is for women, there's still going to be women out there that are not interested. And that right there, like you said, it does hurt his ego. But I believe also that he doesn't go in with the intention of hearing no. He believes that it's always yes because he is who he is. That is the system of masonry that these artists are exposing themselves to that makes them believe that there are gods. In his mind, he's a god. All the women should praise him. Everybody should praise him because of the position that he's in the industry, the amount of success he's gotten. Like we see the allegations of Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's obviously going to deny it. But do I believe that Snoop Dogg wouldn't do something like that? No, I believe that he would. I definitely believe, off of what I've already seen, Snoop Dogg was messing with Lucifer and he was down to ride with the devil. For him to be accused of these things, it just proves that these artists consider themselves gods that can take whatever they want. There is no, you can't tell them no because they're entitled to it. That's how they feel. Even with this recent Snoop Dogg stuff, what he's being accused of is insanity, and like I said, do I believe he did it? Well, we have to see. But is it a possibility? In my opinion, I feel like it could be possible. He's clearly a Masonic puppet. When you hear about the Snoop Dogg situation, were you surprised?
Sadly, no, not really. I was not that surprised. I mean, let's just be very clear. This stuff happens on a daily basis to normal people. So if a regular person can do this to another regular person, and by that I mean like if you sit at home and watch investigative shows and stuff, you can already see that regular people get mad when they're told no and then end up acting out in different manners. What's the difference between a celebrity and then the stories that have circulated, around about him, period, put it all together? No, it's not far-fetched. It's not something that I didn't think wouldn't happen. I'm pretty sure she is not the only person out there that will say that this has happened to her. I'm pretty sure there are several. They're probably just scared to come forth, or maybe they've been paid off.
The dark world of the music industry, the dark world of Hollywood, That's really where the biggest problem is, because most of the stuff that goes on in there, we have no clue about. A lot of it gets shut up. A lot of it gets quiet before it even leaves to be able to get to anybody in the public. They have their system well controlled. I hope that if Trey Songz is guilty of this, that he learns his lesson and he gets what he deserves. And same thing with Snoop Dogg. I don't care if it happened 20, 30 years ago. These people don't deserve to be breathing the same air as us for what they did. They need to be in an area where they're away from people and they can't cause any more damage to anybody else. Because how do we know that Trey Songz isn't still doing this to people right now? How do we know Snoop Dogg isn't doing this to people right now? Kelly got what he deserved. He got what he deserved, but he got it way too late. He had already damaged thousands of lives. He had already ruined so many people's lives. He should have been, from the first case, early 2000s, he should have been arrested. That's when we could have stopped so many lives from being affected by one man. Well, now let's move on. The next thing I want to talk about was actually Kodak Black. I'm pretty sure you guys are aware of the shooting that happened with Kodak Black recently when he was at Justin Bieber's party. I just wanted to talk about his reaction because it bothered me. There was a possibility that Kodak Black could have lost his life and could have no longer been here for the world. He could have left his children behind, his fans, his parents, his family. He would have left everybody behind and dealing with grief and a ton of other problems. And instead of him thanking God for him still being alive or even acknowledging the seriousness of the problem, he goes on live and acts like it was a good thing. He congratulates him. He makes it seem like it should have been happened to him. And it's scary because it could have went either way. Yeah, it hit him, in the leg, but if it would have hit him somewhere else, he would have not been here right now. He's acting like being shot is a great thing to happen to somebody. And what's messed up about it is that he's promoting that message to his fans. His fans are looking at him and they're gonna think, oh, this is how I gotta act. Maybe I want this to happen to me. This will make me gangster. This will make me street. This will make me real. And it's stupidity. What he should have said is, I'm a multi-millionaire who almost lost his life for some stupidity. I should have not been anywhere near the situation. That should have not even happened. I need to start moving better. The fact that he just wants to continue to promote this nonsense image, it lets you know that the only person controlling Kodak Black is the devil himself. What did you think about the situation when you heard that he got shot?
This whole situation is kind of crazy, but I think he might just be taunting the people who did this to him, because maybe in the back of his mind, he's probably, in shock. The fact that he was in the middle of a fight and he was the one that was shot at. I'm pretty sure that probably struck a chord within him and he's thinking, I could have lost my life, but how would it make Kodak Black look to get on the internet and then, act like, oh my God, I got shot? That's not his image. Now to go taunt them and to play it off like it was cool and like he's okay with it is more of a way that he would go. But I'm pretty sure he's not okay with it. I'm pretty sure deep down inside he is feeling some way that he was targeted, that they shot him and it wasn't somebody else, that he could have lost his life because of what was going on. I think it's a way of how he's coping with what happened to him.
I see your point, but I think it's further than that. To me, it goes back to the whole entire agenda. And like you said, you're right. He can't go and act completely against his own agenda. But this is the thing. There comes a time where things get real. And this is a moment where things got real. That bullet could have hit him anywhere. Let's be honest. It got him in the leg, thank God. But it could have landed anywhere. So if it could have landed anywhere, he would no longer be here. That is a moment where you should stand up and be like, you know what? This right here is not good. Change the way we're moving and not go antagonizing the people that did it. Not go promoting a message of, oh, this is fine. It proves my point that the industry just wants to guide you to a burning end. They want to guide you to your own destruction. Let's move on. The next thing I actually want to talk about was Kanye and Kim. I honestly believe this entire breakup is staged. And it's not only being used to market Kanye's album, but it has to be a deeper meaning to it. And I actually was thinking about making a full video. But these are my thoughts. About a month ago, I saw an old picture and it was with Julia Fox and Pete Davidson. Actually, one of you guys sent it to me through my Instagram. In the picture, Pete Davidson and Julia Fox appear to be dolls. And like we all know, dolls are manipulated, they're controlled. We play with dolls and we make dolls do what we want to do. So I did find it very, very coincidental when Julia Fox ends up being Kanye West's girlfriend and Pete Davidson ends up being Kim Kardashian's boyfriend after their breakup. Now, Kanye West has been very vocal, has been very present. He's been coming at Pete. He's been doing all this type of stuff. While he's working on his next album that seems to be coming out very soon. If we have followed Kanye in the past, we've already seen several times that this is something that Kanye likes to do. Every time there's an album out, he likes to play with the minds of his fans. He likes to play the industry and garner some attention. So I believe that Pete Davidson and Julia Fox are just puppets that are being used by Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. They're using them to gain attention. Everything was so public for a reason. This is all a show, and they were showing how they manipulate the audience. The audience is easily manipulated. Why would this be so public? Why embarrass yourselves like this? They're doing it because it's garnering attention. When that next album drops, he has the attention. It's just like all the other times Kanye West went to drop an album. Last time it was the beef with Drake. Him and Drake were supposedly gonna destroy each other. Now they're all hugged up. Everything's cool. We're gonna see the same with Pete Davidson and Kanye West. You can mark my words. It's all for publicity. It is all to manipulate the audience. It's to keep everybody distracted and to keep everybody entertained. Kanye West knows what he's doing. You know, that picture is symbolic of what was yet to happen, and we see that happen all the time. D, what do you think?
Again, I'm not there in their relationship to really know whether it's real or not. If she did decide to leave him, I'm pretty sure it's because, he's kind of crazy. And they're having, their children there, and then the fact that, all the issues that they were having, this unknown to us. But I'm pretty sure if it's real, she had her reasons for doing it. If it's just for his album, it is really, really messed up of him to drag his family. It's not like he's just married with a wife. He has 3 children that he's involving into this. I do think it's weird, that Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson are a thing. Like, that's really weird. But supposedly it's a new trend, and that's what they're trying to bring. Like, MGK and Megan Fox. And then you have Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker. Supposedly they're just trying to put a new mark on a trend. But yeah, I think that relationship is weird. I don't think that's a person that she would normally gravitate to. But like I said, if Kanye is doing this and she is allowing this and it's just for his album, it's really messed up on both of their behalves because of the fact that their children have to go through this as well.
Well, I gotta disagree with you there. It's not messed up because the whole entire family is industry. Even the children are industry. We gotta be honest with ourselves. The whole entire family is a industry family, is a TV family. I don't believe any of it. If you see it on TV, it's fake. That's how I felt my entire life. That's how I'm gonna continue to feel, because these reality shows have itineraries just like every other show. They have writers, they have directors, they have producers, they have people that are behind the scenes, and we know that Kim Kardashian's entire, she's had a show on TV, a reality show for like the last 15 years now, right? If I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. She's been on a reality show for years now. Her showing her life, showing her kids and everything. So it's not that her kids were protected and they were in the industry and no one knew about them and they had a private life, because that's not the case. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, I believe they know what they were doing. I know that this is going to make them more money. This is going to get them more attention. And it did. We see them gaining the more attention. We saw with the same thing with Jay-Z and Beyonce when Beyonce accused Jay-Z of cheating on her. We saw the same exact thing. They both released albums and they both made money off of it. It's a manipulation tactic. And I know that Kanye West, that we already see him planting the seed. He can't wait to get his family back together. It's a way to manipulate the audience. These are all Masonic puppets, all of them, especially Kanye West. Well, let's move on. The next thing I want to talk about was actually regarding the Adele video. I just did a video exposing Adele's music video for Oh My God. And in that video, I was speaking about the forbidden fruit, which I called the apple. I've at least seen about 60 or 70 comments regarding me calling the forbidden fruit the apple. I want to clear this up. I 100% know that it does not state that there's an apple in the Bible. I have a copy of the Bible myself. I have read several different copies of the Bible. I know that there is not, where it doesn't state that there's an apple. But we have to understand, an apple is a fruit, and we use the apple to symbolize the forbidden fruit. It has been used to symbolize Adam and Eve and the Garden of Eden. It has been used to symbolize the fall of mankind. So when I said the apple, it is because in that music video, they were using the apple to represent the forbidden fruit. I already knew that it doesn't claim that the forbidden fruit is an apple, but it just claims that it's a fruit. So we could have used any fruit to symbolize the forbidden fruit. It could have been an apple, it could have been a pear, it could have been an orange. So we can use the apple to symbolize the forbidden fruit. God said not to eat from the forbidden fruit. So it could have been an apple, it could have been a pear, it could have been anything. But we have chosen to use the apple to symbolize the forbidden fruit. There's been tons and tons of pop culture references and books and plays and movies that specifically reference the apple as that forbidden fruit. I'm not saying these people know that the apple is a forbidden fruit, but they're symbolizing the apple as the forbidden fruit. That's how they used it in the Adele video. Now, for example, Snow White, many people don't know this, but it's also based on the same exact thing. It's based on the fall of mankind. There's a part in the Bible where God tells Adam and Eve that they can eat off of any tree they want, except from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. If they eat the forbidden fruit off that tree, that they will surely die. In Snow White, this is exactly what happens. She doesn't necessarily eat the fruit from a tree, but she does get the fruit from the witch, the queen, who's supposed to represent Lucifer. And after she eats the fruit, she ends up being put in a coma. She gets rescued by true love, which represents God. God represents true love. The apple has been used and to reference the fall of mankind. We have used the apple as the symbol as the forbidden fruit. So that's why I mentioned that. Well, that's it for this podcast. Make sure you guys leave your thoughts in the comments and let me know what you guys want to see in next week's episode. We will be back every week now for sure. And D is going to be the permanent co-host for now at least. So I'll see you guys next week. Thank you for watching.
I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. Goodbye, you guys.
Thank you for watching this episode of The Truth Is. If you would like to further support the channel, join me on Patreon. The link would be in the description. If you join before the 28th of this month, you could be entered to this month's monthly raffle, where you can win a shirt, a cash prize, and even pick a video topic. Also, please leave a comment below on your thoughts on this video and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you like this video, please hit the like button, as this helps other people find these videos. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos. Please follow me on Instagram at TheTruthIs01 and on TikTok at TheTruthIs. I will gladly appreciate it. Thank you. Goodbye.